Hi, this is Christina, and now that we know why and when Flubaroo is good, let's figure out how to actually set things up. So you'll sign into your Google Drive with your ND username, and you'll come up to your Drive screen, however you have it organized, and then in the top left corner, top-ish left corner, you'll see your create icon, and so you will click that and you'll find your scroll down menu and you'll scroll down to form. So most of you have actually created Google Forms in the past, and if you haven't recently, there is a new interface that Google has created for its forms, and it's really user-friendly, nothing to be intimidated about, but I'll just go through it just to make sure that we're all on the same page. So you'll have your title. I have a previous example, so I'm just going to number this as number 2. And then when it comes to choosing themes, and this goes for any type of tech presentation, whether it's PowerPoint, Keynote, whatever, just go with your basic. Leave all those extraneous little icons and whatever for later, but focus on getting the information out first. So I've got my title, I've got my theme chosen, and now I'm going to click OK. And now you'll see that we've got, let's see, let me move this up so we can all see our screen. So you've got your title up here in the left-hand corner, you've got your icon bar or your toolbar up here, and send form and all this other great stuff. So let's start from the beginning and work our way down, from the top and work our way down. So I usually suggest to simply automatically collect your ND students, the responders' username. And this is basically not just their first last name username, but it gives you their entire email. So in case you ever want to email them, you have their email right there and you don't have to look it up or anything like that. It's right there. Then you've got your title that you put in, and if you want to write some kind of description about this form, you're more than welcome to do so, or not. It's purely optional. Then it gets to the fun part. You actually get to input your questions. Now, when I'm doing something like a Flubaroo grading assessment, I do prefer asking students to put in their first and last name, and that's just purely for organizational purposes, because organizing by their username isn't necessarily in alphabetical order, and for me it's just easier to have everything in alphabetical order. So last name, that's definitely a text thing, not a multiple choice thing, and I am making that required. And I need to duplicate this because what I'm going to ask them then is their first name. And there we go. So now let's say I'm done. And done. All right. So I've got last name, first name. But oops, you know what? I've got additional questions that I need to enter. So I'm going to go back in and add my items. Okay. First question. Who is the English department chair? Okay, well, it's definitely not a text thing. Let's do some multiple choice. So we've got Shar, Vicky, Nikki, Hillary, Tracy. I am definitely not the chair, so I'm not even going to put myself in the option. And there we go, and that's pretty much it. Now, I can go and duplicate this, for instance. Oop, you know what I forgot to do? Make it a required question. So that's what I'm going to have to do. And let's see, let's go back in here and edit that, make that a required question. Perfect. And all right, and let's see. Who is the tallest person in the English department? Great. So there we go. So let's say this is my assessment of whatever it is. I am pretty much finished, as you can see. The next thing that you want to do is go and choose your response destination. Now, the cool thing with this new interface is that Whereas before the theme forms, the Google Drive, it basically just automatically created this spreadsheet for you. Now it's actually asking you, do you want a spreadsheet? Where do you want it? Do you want it in an existing spreadsheet? It actually gives you a couple of more options, but I also see it as a bit cleaner interface, so that's actually a good thing, because not only does it now take your original title, but it also automatically enters responses. So you know what's your original form and then where your spreadsheet is with all the answers because it's got your responses. So you don't even, it takes the thinking out for you. You don't even have to think about renaming your spreadsheet with all the answers. It does it for you. So I actually really like that. And create. So now we're creating, it's thinking, it's doing its wonderful thing. There we go. And let's go ahead and view our responses. And this is where the really cool thing comes in, where we actually insert the script of Flubaroo. And to do that, this is now the how. Okay, we come up to our toolbar and we click insert and we scroll all the way down to script. And let's get that up going. All right, and in the search box we will actually type in Flubaroo. Flubaroo. And let's search for it. When you search for it, you come up with two different options, Bitsat and Flubaroo itself. Bitsat is a modified version of Flubaroo. We don't need that right now. What you do want is to install, so you'll click install and you'll install Flubaroo. Now, typically this takes less than a minute. Awesome. And part of the whole installation process, you want to authorize. And all scripts will ask you this. They've all been approved by Google Docs or in some regard. So just go ahead and authorize. And it's installed. So you know it's properly installed when you get this wonderful green line. And then go ahead and close. And you'll see that your script is now automatically in here in Flubaroo, or in your form, in your responses. So how do you go ahead and get this going? Well, let's go back to our working form, and we can come in here to view the live form. And this is what your students would actually see. So when you create the answer key, because you actually get to keep input and keep your answer key in here. What you want to do is, I like this whole, answer key kind of thing. Put in your answers and submit. Yay! Response has been recorded. Let's go check this out. And real-time entry. Okay, perfect. To get this to work, you actually need you need two or more answers. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to see if, let's see, and here we go. Let's go Mattis, Christina, let's go, who's the department chair? Let's go Vicky and Hillary. And I'm just doing this just for kicks. Submit. Brilliant. Let's do a couple more. Live form. Let's go, oh, I don't know. So now let's pretend that Vicky has actually answered something. And this is pretty much similar to, okay, cool. That should be sufficient. And let's take a look. Okay. So now let's go into Flubaroo and grade our assignment. And we're running the script. Awesome. So now what it asks you to do is, these are all identifiers, so we don't want to mess with those, okay? So don't touch this. What you can mess with is the point value for each question. So you can go anywhere from 1 to 5 points, or you could ask it to actually skip grading on a particular prompt, right? So if you just put in a dummy question that you're just kind of trying out to see, oh, do they actually catch this? Do they not? Whatever. You can put in skip grading. So I'm just going to leave it as 1 point each, and now we'll continue. And now it's going to ask you to select which is the answer key. So because I specified answer key, I don't have to really do much more thinking. I'm going to select that and continue. And there we go, it's done. So I know that good old Christina Mattis ended up getting 50% of the questions correct and 50% incorrect, while Vicki Harrison got 100%. Let's see, and we know that the issue was particularly with this question of who is the English department chair. So grading is done. It gives you all the stats of points possible, average points, counted submissions, how many students actually submitted their work, how many questions were really low scoring questions. The other cool thing that you could do after you've graded is you can email your grades to the students, and you can view the report. So you can really see, okay, was there a question that the students didn't get? Was there something that I could, as the teacher, could possibly reword for better clarity? It does all of that great stuff. So basically, and that's all what you know from before, but this was the how to use Flubaroo. I hope this helps, and I hope you do end up using it to simplify your life.